Okay, in this video, we're going to learn how to play Kikai, Bricolage Heads. Thanks, Nick and Answer, for the tutorial. Okay. All it takes is a bit of inspiration and creativity for bits of junk to be reborn as works of art. This is Kikai. This once marginal culture has grown into a full-blown urban phenomenon, and your challenge is to win the admiration of its most discerning followers. This tutorial has 93 steps. In Kikai Bricolage Heads, you and an opponent will build artistic sculptures out of trash found on Yukon Street. Players score points by assembling components, attracting fans, gaining influence, and hosting exhibitions. At the end of the game, whoever has the most points wins. At the beginning of the game, each player is given 4 cards and 2 leg components. You might need to scroll down a bit to see ours. There are leg components and our 4 cards. Okay. There are 6 districts along the outside of the board. In each district, there are 2 slots, one for us and one for our opponent. Before we start the first round, each player must place both of their starting leg components onto district slots, then distribute a flyer near each one. Our opponent has already placed their first component here in the diner district. There. They placed a flyer here on one of the slots that connects to the diner. Okay, there. Since they went first, we have to place both of ours next. Afterward, they'll place their last one. So where should we place our Kikai legs? Well, during the round, we have to play cards to take actions in specific districts. Since we were dealt 2 parking cards, placing a component in the parking district is a good idea. But which one? Well, each Kikai component can attract fans of a specific color. If you hover over our legs, you'll see that one attracts green fans and the other attracts red. There aren't any green fans near the parking district, so select the right component, which attracts red fans, then click on our slot in the parking district and click on Confirm. Confirm. Okay. Next, we have to place a flyer on one of the flyer slots that connects to the parking district. Later, this will determine where we can attract fans from. Either slot would work, but let's go with the bottom one. Click here and then Confirm. Good. That flyer came from our energy track along the top of our player board. Here. As you can see, placing that flyer uncovered the first slot of the track. It's a little hard to see, but there's a number 4 printed on the slot. Yes, very hard to see. As we distribute more flyers, we'll uncover higher and higher numbers, increasing our energy income. Under our energy track, you'll find an influence track for each of the 3 fan colors. Whenever we place a leg component on the board, our influence in the leg's color increases by 1. In this case, we placed a red leg component, so it went up 1 on the red track. We still have one more component to place, but it can't go in the parking district. How about the diner? Select this component, select our slot in the diner, bottom left corner of the board, and click on Confirm. Okay, I guess because we have a diner here. Just like the first time, we have to place a flyer on that slot that connects to the diner. Our opponent already took one of them, so select this slot and then Confirm. Great. Now our opponent will place their second Kikai leg. And now we're ready to start the first round. In each round, the first player will get 6 turns and the second will get 5. On our turn, we must play a card from our hand, take an action in the district that matches the card, draw a new card from the supply. Our opponent will go first. Okay. We'll wait for our turn. Okay, now it's our turn. First, we have to play a card. Select this parking card. If you clicked, then you should see a strange prompt at the top. BJ is checking to see if we want to play both parking cards at once. Playing 2 matching cards allows us to take an action in any district instead of the ones shown on the cards. Okay, continue. In this case, we only want to take an action in the parking district, so we only need one card. Click on Ignore and play this card. Great. Next, we must choose one of 4 actions to perform in the parking district. Our options are build a Kikai component, distribute flyers, attract fans, or exhibit our work. We'll go over all of the options one by one, but first, start with build. To the right of the main board, you should be able to see the 3 rows of the Kikai components, heads, bodies, and legs. In this case, if we choose to build, it will have to be a body. That's because we already have a leg component in the parking district, and we can only have 1 sculpture per district. They start with a leg, then a body is stacked on top, and finally a head. Let's learn a little more about components before we build one. Each component has an energy cost, a color affiliation, and a bonus. For instance, if you hover over this tile, you'll see that it costs 5 energy, it's blue, and has a ladder bonus. Fortunately, each player started with the game with 5 energy, so the cost isn't a problem for us. Let's build it. Click on Build. Build. Select this body, and then click on Confirm. Right. Excellent. We stacked a body on top of our legs. I know it's hard to see, so here's a magnified image. It's a little blurry. Even though it's small, we can see each component's color affiliation and bonus. The legs bonus is 2 energy. Now that we've taken our action, we have the option of using tokens. Discarding a Megaphone token allows us to play another card and take another action. Playing a ladder allows us to get more influence from a Kikai we've constructed. Let's use the ladder. We can place 1 ladder next to any body to contain +2 influence in the corresponding color. Once we have heads, we can place 2 ladders next to a head to gain 3 points. Bodies and heads do not automatically grant influence when they are built. Only legs do. Let's try it. Click on Place. Click here to confirm to place a ladder next to our Kikai. Click here. Click on Confirm. Great. Then let us advance another 2 spaces on our blue influence track. Next, let's use a megaphone so we can take another action. Click here. Now we have to play another card to determine where our action will be taken. Select our parking card and then confirm. The build and distribute options are missing because we don't have enough energy to use them. That's okay, we'll learn about attract next. The attract action allows each component of our Kikai to attract a fan from one of the town squares, moving it along the paths with flyers into the district matching the card we played. Component to attract a fan from one of the town squares moving along the path. In this case, we have a flyer here, so we can attract fans from this square. There. As you might expect, the fans we attract must be the appropriate colors. We have 1 red and 1 blue component, so we can attract 1 red and 1 blue fan. There are 6 slots for fans in each district, 3 for each player. Of each player's 3 slots, 1 is marked head, 1 is marked body, and 1 is marked leg. Head, leg, literally the foot, and body. When we attract fans, we must place them on the slots that correspond to the components that attracted them. In this case, our Kikai has red legs and a blue body. That means we can attract a red fan here and a blue fan here. Let's do it. Click on Attract at the top. Click on the red fan. Place it on our space, then collect the blue fan, push on this space. Confirm. Excellent. Attracting fans does 2 things for us. Each fan we attract gives us whatever bonus is shown on the corresponding component. In this case, we gain 2 energy from our red and another ladder from our blue. We'll receive renown from each of our fans in the district that we use the exhibition action. We'll learn more about that very soon. The last thing we have to do on our turn is draw a card. As you can see, there are 2 face-up cards. If we don't like either one, we can take the top card of the deck instead. I think our choice is pretty clear, so select the parking card and click on confirm. Okay. If we like, we can spend a ladder token to draw another card. If you recall, we placed a ladder earlier this turn to get more influence from our component. This is a second way to use them. In this case, we'll save the ladder. Click on ignore. Okay, that's the end of our turn. To recap, we played a district card, performed one of 4 actions in the corresponding district build, place to chose to place a ladder token to advance on our blue influence track, chose to use a megaphone token and another district card to take another action attract, drew a card at the end of our turn. If you scroll down a bit, you'll find that the cards we use are now under our player board. Right there. This is how the game keeps track of turns. Remember, the first player in each round gets 6 turns. The second player, us, gets 5. Our opponent will take the next turn now. Next turn, we were very fortunate to find another parking card last turn, so select it and confirm. Let's learn about exhibition. When we use it, each of our fans in the district is removed from the board and converted into renown, depending on our level of influence in the fan's color. In this case, we're at 1 on the red influence track and 2 on the blue influence track. That means we'll gain 1 renown from the red fan and 2 from the blue fan. It's not much, but it will do for now. So let's click on exhibit, then confirm. Renown lets us advance on the master's track in the top right corner of your screen. Top right corner. Oh, here. Okay. As you can see, our tracker advanced to the 3rd space right here. And in doing so, we passed a bonus icon on the 2nd space. Whenever we pass one, we gain it. In this case, we gain 1 energy. In addition, whenever we exhibit our work, we gain energy equal to the highest revealed number on our energy track, which is 4. That means we gain 5 energy total. Okay, let's draw a card to end our turn. Another parking card showed up. Lucky. Take the parking card and confirm. Our opponent is about to demonstrate something for us. Note that they've already attracted 2 fans in the diner and 1 fan in the train station. They used the exhibit action in the diner. They collected both fans and gained renown from each, but the fan in the train station is gone too. This is because they discarded a megaphone token to include one of their fans, not an opponent's fan, from the adjacent district in their exhibition action. This is a second way one can use a megaphone. If you recall, they can also be used to do a second action on a turn. By the way, if the fan were in the school district, or in the school instead, which is 2 spaces away from the diner, our opponent would have had to discard 2 megaphones instead. Despite the empty space along the bottom of the main board, the parking and diner districts are considered adjacent. Next turn, let's take another action in the parking district. Click here and confirm. The last kind of action I need to show you is distribute, which lets us place a flyer on 1 space of the board. Since we played the parking card, we must select a space that connects the parking district, and it has to be through our own existing network of flyers. For example, we can place a flyer here because it would directly connect to the parking district, or on one of these spaces, which will connect our flyers through this space. Okay. So which space do you think we should place a flyer on? Well, remember, our Kikai is in the parking district, so we can only attract red and blue fans. Connecting us to a square with lots of green fans won't help us much. Okay, with that in mind, I think we should place a flyer here. Click on this space and confirm. Great. Remember, when flyers come off our energy track, they reveal higher numbers, increasing how much we get from exhibit actions. If you check the track now, you'll see that our income is now still 4. Shoot. We need another flyer to uncover a 5. Note that there are some icons at several points along the track. They're similar to those we found on the master track. When we reach those icons, we'll gain them. If you look carefully at the board, you'll see some pads have 2 flyer slots on them. Okay, there. When we distribute to such a location, we can fill both slots at once. Many of them have bonus icons as well. Filling a double slot costs 4 energy instead of 2, but I think you'll agree that it's well worth the cost. Draw a random card from the deck to end our turn. We got Cinema. Turn 4. We are now out of parking cards, so we'll have to start branching out a bit. We have a diner card in our hand, and we already have a leg at the diner. Maybe we should put a body on it. What do you think? Before we build a body, we should check to see if we can attract fans with it. We have a flyer here, okay, which connects to this square there, which is full of green fans. Right now, there are 2 red bodies and 1 blue body in the supply. Maybe this isn't the best idea, because I think we need a green. We could build a red body and then attract this fan, which is connected to the diner through one of our opponent's flyers. This is allowed but costly. Whenever a player borrows our opponent's flyers in this way, they must pay their opponent 1 energy per borrowed flyer. Let's do something else. Play the cinema card. Okay. Confirm. I think we should build a leg at the cinema. Building a tall Kikai in one district might seem more efficient, but going wide with lots of legs is important too. We'll incur a point penalty at the end of the game for each district in which we did not build at all. The penalty for not building in the cinema is 4 points. Take a look at the fans near the cinema and legs at the supply. Cinema. Which leg do you think we should build? Most of the fans near the cinema are blue, so we probably need a blue one. Click on build and then click on this leg. Confirm. Draw a random card to end our turn. Okay. Okay. Turn 5. This will be our last turn of the first round. I think we'll just build another leg, which you already know how to do. First, we'll play the train station card. Then we'll spend 3 energy to build this leg. Okay. Okay, the round is about to end. BJ will go through the 2 steps to prepare for the next round. First, BJ will give each player points based on their position on the master track. In our case, we're in the second row of the track. Okay, second row of the track. To the left of this row, there is a 2-point icon. These points will be multiplied by 4, 3, 2, 2, depending on which round it is. I don't see it. Oh, there we go, up there. For round 1, the multiplier is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. So we scored 8 points. Our tracker was then returned to the starting position. Next, BJ will collect all the cards under each player's turn, the cards they played each turn, shuffle them up, and place them at the bottom of the draw deck. And now it's round 2. This time we'll go first. That means we'll get 6 turns and our opponent will get 5. Okay, I think you've seen enough. There are just a couple more things I need to mention. First, BJ placed a construction bonus in each district at the beginning of the game. In each district, the first player to build a head component can claim the bonus and trigger its effects. There's a head bonus. For example, if we're the first player to build a head in the parking district, we'll trigger this bonus, gaining 2 points for each district in which we built a leg. Second, each player has 6 billboards on the right side of the player board. Has 6 billboards on the right side. Whenever a player attracts the last fan from the square, they can place one of their billboards on the square and receive a corresponding bonus. For instance, if we manage to find another parking card, we can attract this blue fan, place one of the billboards, maybe this one, and then receive its reward. This particular billboard lets us return 2 flyers from our energy track to the box. If a player manages to place all 6 of their billboards on the board, they'll trigger an instant media victory, but that's rare. In most cases, the game will end after the 4th round. Then BJ will count up the points. Each player's final score includes points earned during the game, points for progressing deep into one's energy track, plus 5 points for attracting the most fans, minus points for each district in which they did not build anything, 1 point for every 5 energy, 2 megaphones, 2 ladders left over. Whoever has the most points wins. Once you have some experience with the game, you might want to consider toggling advanced mode in the lobby options. This mode includes 2 construction bonus tiles and many small tweaks here and there to the rules. If you want to learn more, open the rulebook and read anything in the green box. Thank you for playing this tutorial for Kikai Bricolage Heads. If you have any questions or comments about the tutorial, feel free to send Nekonyancer a message. A big thank yous go out to Yasuyuki Yamagishi for designing the game, Snack for illustrating, Fantasy Games for publishing, Gaily Locks for developing it for BGA. Have fun! Now you're ready for your first game. Great. It's a little hard, but we'll give it a try. Thanks for watching.